everyone. I'm Amy with Booktubing Amy, and today I am here at the Last Bookstore with one of the sales associates that works here. If you can tell your name and how long you've been here.
Hey, my name is Katie Orphan, and I've been here longer than the store has existed, so 5 years.
So this is, how old is the store?
We've been in this location for 3 years now. We started out in a much smaller space. We started out in a 1,000 square foot space about a block away from here a year and a half before.
And what made you move here?
The biggest thing was that our lease in the first location was up.
Good reason to move.
Yeah, they were bringing in a restaurant to that space, and we knew we needed to move. And so we started looking for other places in downtown. We wanted to stay downtown. And there's a guy who does a lot of connecting people with spaces in downtown, and started taking the store owner around to places, and they came here to the space that had not had a permanent tenant in probably close to 20 years.
Oh, wow.
And we decided this was the spot for us.
Oh, cool. Now, one of the things that makes this bookstore well known around the world, I mean, this is one of the best known bookstores in the world, is the fact that you have like things made out of books. Like,
Yeah.
Did that come from the other store, or did y'all build it once it was here?
That's much more something that we added here. We had a lot more space to get creative there. I mean, we did the build out for our original location in about 2 weeks. That's how much time we had from the time we got it to the time our landlords wanted us to be open. So it was very quick, and it was very small, so it was much more basic. Then we moved here, and we did about a month and a half of build out to get ready to move into here. And so we commissioned the big sort of sweeping abstract book art piece. We built the book desk. Those were all part of the original build, and then a year later we expanded into the mezzanine level, which I think has the pieces that people are most familiar with, the things that people take pictures with the most. And so again, we spent probably about 2 months doing the build out there as well. And the store owner, Josh, he's the one who came up with really all of the book architectural details upstairs, because we'd get tons of older books that had damage, that were no longer saleable. Really, nobody could read them. They were in rough shape, and we decided to sort of transform them and create a space that felt sort of magical. And we call it the labyrinth for a reason. There was sort of this feel of a maze, of a place you could get lost, that we really wanted to accomplish with our space. And so being able to play with book architecture, to bring in the artists that we work with, both the guy who did the big abstract piece, and then there's a piece that I think a lot of people take their picture with as well, that has sort of flying books and pages. And the artists who did that have space also in the mezzanine. They have gallery space.
Okay. Yeah, I've noticed some of the artists around there. So they were the ones that had a big art too.
Yeah, they did a lot of the installation pieces. There's sort of a control panel-like feel in the vault off of the sci-fi and fantasy room. And they built that. They built a lot of the mobiles, the pieces of art that involve lots of flying pages, lots of writing. So they really worked with what we were about books and about words, and trying to capture that sort of magical feel that we've aimed for. And they were able to create really great pieces for us. So between,
for sure.
Yeah, so it's really good, the architecture, and then we've got all the installation.
That's awesome.
Sort of our trademark.
So what does your typical day look like?
Mine or the store in general?
The store in general.
Okay. Well, we open at 10 a.m. and at this point we almost always have people waiting outside to come in, which is really exciting and wonderful. We are still primarily a used bookstore. We carry plenty of new books. I mean, everything behind me is new. But with the used books, we do buying in store from 10 a.m. to about 5:30 every day. So we've got a team of people who are doing that every day, and the rest of the staff is bringing people up, shelving books, making sure that stuff is organized, that everything is in the right place, because we don't have a better system to find a book than to go where it belongs and see if it's there. So we've got people who are shelving and organizing and answering questions all day. And after the buying counter closes, it gets a little quieter for us. But in the evening is when we generally have events. We do a lot of readings. We've started incorporating musical events again. We've done music in the past, and it kind of got quieter. We did a lot more book-oriented events, and now we're starting to bring music back. And happens generally in the evenings, including tonight. We've got an event with a writer that a lot of the staff is really excited about. So it's really fun for us to bring in people that we want to see, that we want to talk to, we want to hear from. And usually it works out that the general public is also interested in the same people.
I'll probably get a little bit of the shot of that, or just them talking. I'll probably get a little bit of that shot. So what does your typical day look like?
Well, I'm the general manager, so I end up doing a lot of other things during the day. Among other things, I do our IT, so when our network goes down, I'm the one who's scrambling to fix that.
Fun.
It's super great. I'm also our head book buyer. I still technically am our used books, but I do all of our new book buying. So I meet with reps, I go through our inventory, see what needs to be reordered, I process all of that stuff, I place our orders, I figure out what things we might want to add, what's coming up, and so I do a lot of that, and then I do the event booking as well, so I'm coordinating all of those things as well. So my day generally looks very busy. I don't know that people and I'm still, my desk is on the floor, so I'm still answering questions all day about where to find things, if we have stuff in stock. And while I'm doing that, I'm also sitting at my desk, going through book catalogs and placing orders and doing payroll.
That sounds like, to me, I'm a book person, so that sounds like a lot of fun. That part in particular.
That part especially is fun. And then I get, advanced reader copies and things, and I get to go home and read and figure out what books I'm super excited about that are coming out that I get to tell people about.
Oh, that's cool.
That's my favorite part.
Oh, cool. And one final question. Can you tell us, what kind of bookstore you can be found in the store?
I think we have everything. Really, I think that's one of the nice things about being a used bookstore as well, because we're able to just see things that look interesting to us and add them to the store, but we try and carry everything. Right now, we're talking in the kids section, which extends out to me, but I can see behind you my foreign language book section. So we've got a big Spanish language section because we're in Los Angeles. So we get a lot more demand for Spanish language books than say French or German.
Yeah.
We've got travel guides. I carry fiction, including all of the genre fiction. I mean, our Western and romance sections are much smaller than say our sci-fi or fantasy or horror sections. But I have philosophy, I have sociology, I have plays, I have photography, art books, architecture, history, and we break everything down into much smaller subsections. So if you're looking for books on the Vietnam War, or you're looking for books on ancient Rome, I have a section for each of those. And in our $1 room, which a lot of people come and dig through, we even have older, out-of-date textbooks, because people buy those usually for props, or they're studying and they want some additional information. Even if it's not the book they've been assigned, they can get an additional book very cheaply up there.
Oh, that's awesome.
I really think I have everything.
Okay, cool. Well, that's all the questions I have for today. Thank you very much for letting me interview you today. All right, thank you.
All right, go find your inner reader.